So yeah, and it's like...
Excuse me.
Hi.
I'm sorry to bother.
Yeah.
So I'm a wedding photographer, and I was wondering if you might be getting married anytime soon, or do you know anybody who might be getting married anytime soon, or?
They live in Indiana.
I'll travel. What's up, guys? My name's Eric Floberg, and I'm a photographer and filmmaker based out of Chicago, Illinois. And today I want to talk about how to start photographing and filming weddings. I've been in this industry for about 7 years now, and I want to share how I got into it in the first place. Real quick. Now, normally I have a much more reasonable setup. There's obviously a clear distinction on how those photos look. No, God! Normally I have a much more reasonable setup with a softbox and an actual condenser mic, but my studio mate Mike is out in the field with it, so sometimes you have to do this stuff to make things work. And I've been making videos for about 14 years now, and having the skills to make things work whenever you need to is huge. As I said, I've been in this industry for about 7 years now, and I'm not going to bore you with the whole huge story of how I got into wedding photography and filmmaking. The short story is that in 7th grade, I made a video project for Spanish class with some friends, and every year in school after that, I had to make the best video in my class. And so that translated into a passion that I brought into college, started making tons of videos in college until people started asking me to film and photograph important events in their lives. So the first wedding I ever shot was video, and after that, someone saw it and asked me to film their wedding. And then I started casually shooting photos of my friends at events, all sorts of different stuff with photography. And people started asking me to photograph their families and do portraits for them, and when they proposed, until someone asked me to photograph their wedding. Now I'm gonna deep dive into that in a little bit. If you watch my videos, you might think I'm pretty good at talking to the camera. I'm not. I say all the time, and I have to cut out all of the ums. So in this video, I'm gonna try my absolute hardest not to say I fully understand that my story is nuanced and it's unique, and there's so many variables in everybody's story of how they start in this industry. So in this video, I wanna convey two main things. This is a test to make sure my focus is in the right place, because in the last video it messed up and I'm having to refilm the whole thing, but I have a feeling it's cutting off my head. So I want to talk about two main things in this video. One, how I started my wedding photography business and the things I did to see success. And number two, all the things I saw other people do to become successful in the industry as well that I didn't necessarily do. Disclaimer, I don't know all the answers. I am a professional in the industry, but I'm always learning. So if you have anything to add, go ahead and comment down below. Just be nice, because mean comments hurt my soul. All right, let's hit it. Number one, slow growth. I bought all of my gear balling on a budget. Anytime I did any work with my camera, I funneled all of that money back into my business by buying gear. Now, a lot of people say creatively gear doesn't matter, and I agree with that. You need to think beyond your gear with light, composition, all those other variables. But nicer gear is going to make you more comfortable when shooting. It can do better things. So save up your money, get the gear you need to be successful and to grow your business more. I don't really like debt, so I think this is a really smart way to go about growing a business like this. Number two, second shoot and shadow experienced photographers and filmmakers for free or for a discounted rate. It is invaluable, the experience you will get seeing a professional doing this in the field and learning from them in that way. You will see every aspect of how to shoot a wedding, and you'll be helping them out. A lot of photographers and wedding filmmakers will be more than happy to let you use the photos and videos that you produced on a wedding day for your own portfolio. So obviously just ask them beforehand if that's okay with them, and you can put it in your own portfolio so that you can get more work in the field. Number three, this is one of the most important ones out there. Connect with the community of photographers and filmmakers around you. Knowing those people is gonna be so helpful in your growth in the industry, in knowing what gear to get, and knowing how to shoot, and just feeling supported when you don't know if you're doing it right. A lot of established photographers get tons of inquiries. So if they get an inquiry on a date where they're already booked, it's gonna be important that you have spent time getting to know them and being in relationship with them, because you might be at the front of their mind when they refer out names to that potential client. I'm not saying that's the only reason you should hang out with people in the industry. You probably get along, you like a lot of the same things. So I've met some of my best friends in the industry, and I promise I don't use them. I love you all. Number 4, do not shoot a wedding by yourself if you don't feel ready. Even if you're feeling like you're almost there, bring somebody along with you. Bring somebody with more experience. Make sure that you have all of your bases covered so that you don't screw up somebody's wedding day. And don't deliver the images, lose the images, screw up lighting in important situations. You don't want that. Always bring 2 camera bodies to shooting a wedding. Don't ever shoot a wedding with only 1 camera body. If that thing locks up on you, you're screwed. Ow! Number 5, make a website. I fully understand the power of Instagram and Facebook and all these social platforms, but clients will only take you seriously if you have a legitimate portfolio and next steps for them to inquire. That is the next professional step that you need. You can't just run social media accounts and expect to come off as a professional. You need that portfolio, you need that body of work, and you need a way for them to reach out to you. Number 6, my final strategy, knock the socks off of your clients. If you are booking weddings or shooting weddings in general, you need to be impressing them above and beyond what they were expecting. Set expectations and exceed them. Under promise, over deliver. I can't tell you what that has meant to the marketing in my business. I've never done any formal marketing or advertising for my business. It's only been through referrals and word of mouth. And I think the only reason that has happened so organically and has been successful is because I've blown away the expectations of my clients every single time and giving them an amazing experience on their wedding day. Okay, bonus tip, 7 if you will. Put in the freaking work. Do it. Go after it. You can't just expect it to come to you. You need to put in practical steps in growing it. The work is not just gonna come to you. You can't just post photos on your Instagram of your friends running around on the beach and expect wedding couples to approach you to shoot their wedding. It's just not gonna happen. You need a portfolio of work where they trust you to shoot their day. Okay, now let's get to the tips that I didn't do in my business, but I've seen other people do and seen success in. 1, advertise on Facebook and Instagram and definitely MySpace. You don't know the power that this can hold in the industry. You can also target the demographic of people you want to be photographing. Let's be honest, most of the time, people hiring a photographer is usually like a 24 to 32-year-old woman. So go after no, I can't say that. Target the demographic that you know is going to be successful. Place those ads in the right place and see what comes of it. Number 2, meet with wedding planners. I've developed a relationship with planners throughout my time and tenure in Chicago, but I never really sought out meeting ones that I didn't know. And I know the value that that brings. If you have 12 planners that you already know and your name is in their heads, guess who they're going to refer their clients to whenever they need a photographer. 3, do styled shoots. I never really did this, but there's so much value in it in building a portfolio. Reach out to a hair and makeup artist, reach out to a florist, reach out to a wedding planner, reach out to a stylist. Create a team of vendors in the wedding industry. That way you get more connected in the wedding industry and you can produce content for your social media platforms, for your website. And you can produce free photos and videos for those vendors to promote your work as well. They're gonna be blasting it on all their social channels and putting your name on it. Number 4, don't be afraid to sign up for classes and workshops and mentor sessions with people who are experienced in the industry. I can't tell you how invaluable that kind of experience and learning and picking from the brain of someone who is experienced in the field is. You just gotta go after it. Look for ones that you might really connect with, or reach out to a photographer or filmmaker that you really respect and see if they do mentor sessions, see if they do workshops, see if you can learn from them. Number 5, post all of your content to Pinterest. I still don't do it and I regret it every single day. If you post all of your photos to Pinterest and all of your looks to Pinterest, that stuff can get tagged and thrown around everywhere. That's just another social platform outside of Instagram and Facebook and MySpace that you could use. 6, final one for the ones that I've never done, but other people. Ask your clients for reviews on Google, Facebook, The Knot, Wedding Wire, any platform where you can get a review for your business or your name. That's gonna be huge when people Google search you and see the credibility of your work and wanting to hire you. My voice just cracked. It's like I'm 13 all over again. Okay, now to the good stuff. Like I said, the first wedding I ever shot was video. Take a look. Now, I can't use the actual audio that I used for this film because it was Bon Iver and I did not license it, and that was illegal, and I don't recommend that. If you need music to license, go ahead and check out the description. Artlist, amazing place to find music, super affordable. Check out the link. I shot that wedding with a more experienced friend who shot on a Canon 60D with a 70 to 200 f4, and I used a Canon Rebel T2i with a kit lens and a 50mm. We run and gunned, we shot it for $300, and I got something in my portfolio. Somebody else asked me to film their wedding based on seeing that. The first wedding I ever photographed was in Illinois in the middle of winter, and we did all of the portraits in the dark. Clearly, I didn't recommend to do it at any other time because I wasn't experienced, didn't know what I was doing. Thankfully, we still got some nice enough portraits for them. I love you, Steph and Jesse. Thank you for trusting me to shoot your day. I love you forever. I was stupid, and I shot that wedding by myself with one camera body. I lucked out and did not run into a train wreck, but that could be you. Don't do that. Do not. Shortly after that, I gifted photographing a wedding to one of my close friends from college, brought on another experienced friend to help me out with it, and that was much better. Shot it on a full frame body, my Canon 5D Mark II, and started to kind of get in a rhythm and started to see some success with portraits. Then I got really serious with my third one. I rented a Canon 35L, a Canon 85L, and then I edited everything with VSCO film in post, which was a total game changer to how my photos looked. I took the necessary steps to better my work and make it look more authentic, make it look more professional, and people started to take note of that. I made a website, let people inquire, and the work started to roll in. Now, if you're wanting more info and you want to take a deeper dive into what it takes to grow a successful wedding business, I just released a video a few weeks ago called Make 100K a Year as a Wedding Photographer, where you can find some more in-depth info on how to do that. That's it, guys. Those are all the tips. I hope that was super helpful, and I hope you take these tips, these strategies, and you apply them to your own life and your own creativity, and you make it your own. You gotta lean into that. You gotta lean into what makes you different to get that unique voice in the industry, to see more success. And if you did like this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and go ahead and ring the little ring ding if you want to see when I post a new video and be informed of that, because subscribing doesn't really mean anything anymore. I'm on Instagram at eric.floberg, shameless plug. I'm also on AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, so check me out, stupidflow726. That's it for now, friends. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to lean into what makes you different. And don't forget to dress nice when you shoot weddings. Goodbye.